Good morning. It's February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's a very gray day. I'm heading downtown to work, as I often do on weekdays. Um, Much colder than yesterday. It was above freezing yesterday, and today it's only -8 and not going any higher than that. -8 Celsius, of course. So I'm heading to a Brewed Awakening, which is the coffee shop that I often go to ride in, and I'll probably have lunch. Tonight we're going out for dinner at the Saskatchewan Country Club for their Valentine's Day dinner, 5-course meal, it says. So that'll be nice. Working on that musical today. That's kind of my focus. I do have a big desktop publishing job I have to get done basically this week. So that will be my focus after today, a bit more on the publishing side, but I want to keep doing. I'd like to get one scene at least of this musical done every day. And I'd like to get maybe 2 done today, maybe 3, who knows, but I'd like to get it done. Not least because I get more money once I have a completed draft. But I'm going to have to watch out for ice, of course. After yesterday's thaw and this morning's freeze, there's a lot of ice around. Here on the sidewalks, I can see it quite nestily here and there. It'll be a bit better on the downtown sidewalks because they probably... I just got some sort of warning there. I don't know what it was. Am I still streaming? Nobody is there, so I really don't know. I hope so. Maybe I lost a stream, I don't know. Those warnings come and go so fast I can't always tell what's going on. Anyway, I'll keep talking and walking. Hopefully it's going somewhere. Well, now I see ones and ones, so somebody's watching, so it must still be streaming. I don't know what that warning was. Oh, this is advancing. They've got the wrap, the tie-vac on this side of it. It's also a little bit of snow. Not much, but a little bit. Found out what solo I'll be singing for the 70s music concert I'm in with the lyric singers beginning of May. I'm going to be doing Time in a Bottle. If I could save time in a bottle, Jim Croce. So that's nice. I auditioned with Piano Man, but I went to somebody else who actually plays piano. I suspect it's going to be him playing piano and singing at the same time. I kind of play piano, but nobody would believe I was a piano man. Ooh, we've been spoiled. That wind is sharp. Last couple of walks have all been in my lighter coat. Today I'm back in my parka, and that's a sharp, sharp wind in my face right now, blowing around this taller building. And a bit of enough snow so you can feel it on your face. Probably doesn't show up on the camera. Oh, that's a puddle. I'll walk through that. This hasn't gotten any better, has it? Actually better off here, walking over on the edge where there's more grass instead of where there's a big patch of ice there. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. Oh, well, here's another patch, but if I'm careful. Maybe you can see a little bit of the snow if you look. At least in the distance, you'll see it's kind of hazy looking. That's from a little bit of snow coming down. It's supposed to go back up close to freezing and then get quite a bit colder, colder than this for the last part of the month. But then we'll be into March, and in March, one hopes that there's major thawing coming for too much longer. Oh, perfect timing here. I'll be able to cross. Yeah, I know I don't have a walk light, but I would. That's just for convenience sake. The light doesn't change any faster or any less. So I can take a slightly different route today, maybe. I'll walk down a college here for a block before I turn. Oh, it looks like YouTube is down. Well, that's annoying. This may not appear on YouTube. I wonder if I should stop and restart. Maybe I will. Okay. Nobody's watching, so I'm going to stop and restart. Okay, carrying on. I think because I turned off my Wi-Fi just as I was leaving the house, it was having problems on YouTube. So hopefully I'm properly up running on YouTube now. The snow's getting heavier. More ice to avoid. It's always interesting finding the safest sidewalk to walk. College actually looks the best, so let's stick to College. Royal Saskatchewan Museum over there. And these old houses that are now offices. The Regina Symphony Orchestra is in here. So this will be a 3-part walk. As the snow gets harder. Didn't expect to be walking in the snow, but here I am. People like walks in the snow. I don't know why. I guess if you live somewhere where you don't get a lot of snow. Well, this still looks best on College, so I think I'll just keep walking down College. I'll just go straight up Scarth, probably, or even Hamilton. Big old house there that used to belong to the Bronfmans, the distillers. It's been considerably changed. It's actually a doctor's office. I don't know if they live in there as well or not. Actually, I think they probably do, but I don't know for sure. There's the new credit union building, college building past it, Dark Hall. I should have known better. I interrupted the stream by turning off Wi-Fi as I was leaving, which I normally do so that you don't have the problem with the handoff, but instead I created my own problem with the handoff, I guess. Yeah, it didn't look too bad up this way. Let's go this way. Sidewalk looks fairly clear with a few icy patches. Clear with a few icy patches. which is about the best you can hope for at the moment. You have to watch your feet. Make sure you know what you're stepping on. It's the ice that takes you by surprise that gets you. Looking for an apartment. Apparently they have vacancies. Should have worn my warmer gloves. My hands are freezing. Been spoiled, like I said, above freezing temperatures for a few days. Or around freezing anyway. We're well below it today. Here's more ice. This is a very orange building, this one. Interesting choice. I always thought color-wise, it didn't used to be that color. I don't remember what it was before they painted it orange. It wasn't quite that striking. No, they haven't done anything with their sidewalk, though. It's just a sheet of ice here. I don't know. Keep going this way? Might as well. Won't be any better in any other direction. At least I'm crossing at a stop sign here. Sure you can see the snow now. Yep. Gotta keep my eyes on the pavement for safety reasons. That's pure ice again. Smooth ice, I mean. More ice. Ice is nice and snow is pleasing, sleet is sweet. Although our feet are freezing, hail to the Queen. Cold doesn't matter. Our teeth will chatter, hail to the Queen. That's the Snow Queen's anthem from my friend Rob Urson's version of the Snow Queen, which I was in the original cast of, touring with Prairie Opera back in '94. There's a recording of it they did on CBC, somewhat abbreviated because we didn't have time to do quite the whole thing. And he's since expanded it quite a bit and do it with class. Young People's Theater does it on a regular basis as the kids rotate through. Been a few years now since the last time they did it. My daughter was in fact, I think her very first do it with class show was Snow Queen, which was appropriate enough since it was mine. I was in the original. I guess we'll just keep going up this way, especially since there's a stop sign here to cross in front of. Could go this way. I'll go this way. We'll go along Tangerine here. Just a coffee shop, and then another theater company is based in here, Sterling Productions. I know the people involved, but somehow I've never done one of their shows. I was going to audition for Something Rotten, and then it didn't make sense when I looked at it. I decided against it. Maybe next time. It bothers me that I do so little theater these days. Lots of music, but not much theater for quite a while now. I actually am a very good actor, I've been told by people who know. Tibor Ferragesi, who was artistic director of Persephone Theatre in Saskatchewan for many years, founding artistic director, told me I was a good actor in his thick Hungarian accent. Unfortunately, I probably blew things with him. I did tent meeting in Rostern, and he asked me to be in Who Has Seen the Wind, Persephone. So he obviously liked what I was doing in tent meeting. And I did Who Has Seen the Wind. Then he asked me to do Rostern the next summer, and I said, oh, I can't, we're having a baby. And he never asked me to do anything else. I was like, oh, well, that's more important than theater. I'll just write you off. And that was it. I did another Persephone show. What? This last Christmas, it was 15 years ago. Oh dear. Beauty and the Beast. And that's the last time I've done a Persephone show. My last Globe show was older than that. It was 12th night. I've only done 2 shows at Globe. First one was on Golden Pond. Well, let's see what Scarth Street is like. I auditioned for Globe this year. It went well, but they're also in kind of a weird year as their theater is redone. I'll probably audition again next year just to keep me in front of there. And actually, it was a joint audition with Persephone, so I was asked specifically to audition for something, which I did, but I wasn't able to do it in person, which probably didn't help. So I don't know. I keep thinking my acting career will take off any day now, but I think I'm unlikely to be an overnight success at the age of 63. We were talking to somebody in Stratford once and said, they're always looking for older guys to do smaller parts. You could go and do the old man parts, and they're usually not very big. Live in Stratford for the summer. Get paid. Except for the having to leave home for that long. It was tempting. No guarantee, of course, that they would cast me, but it would be interesting just to audition for Stratford. But yeah, maybe if I'd pursued it, I could have had a stage acting career. But I don't think I ever would have had a movie acting career. I have weird looks. But I look fine from the front, but I have no profile, or a very weird profile. Little ski jump nose. Of course, that didn't hurt Bob Hope. And a slightly Neanderthalish upper brow, so. From the front, I look great. From the side, I look weird. I've always thought. On stage, it doesn't matter so much. There's usually more leeway in appearance, at least for some shows. There it's been perhaps an interesting different career, but I didn't go that route. Just did it on the side, focused on writing, and still am. And the writing keeps going. The acting is now and then. Lots of music, though. Singing with Wascana Voices, singing with lyric singers, and I've been asked to be a guest soloist and help out the bass section for First Baptist Church. So, Easter concert. Oh, nasty, nasty wind. It's because of this building. That's why I shouldn't have come down Scarth Street. The SAS Power Building here is the worst wind generator because of its curvy sides and being tall. Oh, that's bad. And I can't go underneath it like I sometimes would to get out of the wind because of the construction. One more block and I'll be at the coffee shop and I can thaw my cheeks, which are, after that, are on the verge of freezing. Oh, that was nasty. painful, in fact. Okay, we'll just cross here. There's the coffee shop, is right over there. Just turn my back to the wind. Makes a big difference. You can see all the construction they're doing here. There used to be a fountain there, but I think they've removed it completely now. Unless they're rebuilding it. Maybe they are. There's something there, but I think it's just a sign. Oh, I had to get in the warmth. I should have covered my face, and I thought it wasn't that cold, but because of the wind, it was. This is more sheltered, so it's much better. And as I said, here's my coffee shop right up here. So part 3 of this will be my walk home later this afternoon. I have to be home by 3:30 anyway. I'm interviewing international best-selling author Brent Weeks for the World Shapers podcast at 4 o'clock, so my time. So looking forward to that. I've spoken to him once or twice, but don't know if he'll remember or not. Okay, we'll stop here. Thanks for walking with me. And I'll be... Good afternoon. It's still Valentine's Day. Heading home, leaving the Hotel Saskatchewan here. For part 3 of what was supposed to be a 2-part walk, but ended up being a 3-part walk because, I think I've got my microphone on upside down. It's kind of silly. Maybe not. Because I had trouble in my initial part of the walk, and I'm not sure it was recorded properly. So I cut it short and restarted. So that makes this part 3. So although the last few days I've just been posting the live version as the permanent version because the resolution is higher than it used to be, I'll probably have to join this one together to make one nice video once I get home. Which won't be too long, provided I don't freeze, because that's a sharp wind still blowing. As I walk down here behind the Hotel Saskatchewan. Not that it's bitterly cold, but we've gotten spoiled by the above freezing temperatures the last few days, so it feels cold. Wouldn't feel that cold back when it was 20 below and blowing, but today it's only about 8 below and blowing. But it is quite a bit of blowing, so the wind chill is certainly noticeable. As you can probably hear on the microphone, actually. I think I'll just go down the alley here, just to be different. There's Victoria Park. You're wondering where we are? That's where we are. Go down behind the land titles building here. Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame nowadays, among other things. My theory being it might be a little less windy back here. Got to get home and interview Brent Weeks, best-selling author, for the World Shapers, although the episode won't go live for a couple of months. This is the back of First Baptist Church. I'm doing it now, but tying it to when his new book comes out, Nemesis, I think it's called, which won't be till April. So that's why there'll be a bit of a delay before it goes live, but the interview will happen shortly. And then going out for Valentine's Day dinner at the at the West Canada Country Club. One of my favorite apartment buildings after the Balfour, this one, the Frontenac. It's a nice looking building. Oh, has a plaque. Shall we look at the plaque? Here's the plaque. Designed by Van Egmond and Story, constructed in 1929. You can read it. Now I better focus it again, though. So it's actually 3 years younger than our house, which is interesting. So I have to look out for the ice here, which is everywhere. Nah, I'll stay on the sidewalk. Thought about going up the alley again, but I'll stay on the sidewalk. I got another scene written for the musical I'm writing. A fairly more complicated one a bit. I'm finding, although I have an outline from the guy who wrote that's his story, and he's writing the music, has written the music. But I'm finding reasons to tweak things a bit, and I think there'll be more once I get done with the first draft. I think I'll want to make some more changes, because then I'll have a better feel for the whole flow of the thing. I'm finding, like today, I moved a scene that he had positioned earlier on. I'm moving it later because of the order of events just doesn't make sense to me as he's got it. So things like that. And then, of course, we'll have to discuss it because it is his story. I'm just the hired gun here. Although I might direct the thing if it ever gets to that point, which would be interesting and fun. I think it's a good story. I think it needs a lot more shaping before it's really ready to go, though. There should be a workshop. Things like that. There's the old Y turning into a health center of some sort. Still says YMCA on it, but it's not a YMCA anymore. I don't know if this place is still active in any fashion or not. It's kind of a rental space for food, and it still has furniture and everything. But I actually smell food, so but I don't know where that's coming from. The round building over there is Credit Union Central. Curved building, I should say. It's not really round. At least the sun came out. But I'm walking into the wind going home, which is making it less pleasant than the walk downtown was. So we'll just stick to 13th here. I'll walk down this part of it very often. Even though it's colder today, there is some melting happening on the roads just from passing the sun's getting higher and therefore stronger every day as we slowly move towards spring. Fire hall number 1 here. Admittedly, that wind would be a lot more unpleasant if it was even colder, but it's certainly unpleasant enough. I think we'll cross over here because I think we're going to hit it pretty good. Hit it perfectly, in fact. Just walk down Albert, I think. This way. Gotta watch out for the ice, though. This way we get to walk by the cats, if there's any in the window. Just for a better footing, I'm going to walk in the parking lot here. This is just a strip mall along here. Various things in it, including a oh, it's not exactly a distillery, but they do make vodka anyway. Right here. They sell it here. I doubt they make it there. I guess I don't really know where they make it. I guess they could. How much space does it really take? Not that much. Nouveau Gallery here. Closed at the moment. Here's the cat cafe. Are there any cats in the window? Yes, there are. Hello there. Just the one, it looks like, at the moment. Taking a look at me. A bit more sheltered going this direction, so that's nice. First Presbyterian Church, where we were married, as I say, every time I walk by it, 25 years ago. And a bit now, 25 and a half years. Is it a half year? Almost. It'll be a half year in March. We were married in September. September 27th was our 25th anniversary. Oh, I can check and see if the new restaurant here is open yet. My wife will be gone for almost 2 weeks, 10 days anyway, again next week. And that means I'll probably eat out a bit more than I normally do. So I've been waiting to see if this place is going to be open. And so far it just says opening soon. It still says opening soon. And there's the sign, application for liquor permit. That's a good sign that they're not too far away. But I doubt they'll be open in time for me to eat there next week. Sac Studios, where my daughter danced and worked. Sounds like she's got a nice little volunteer job at the National Ballet School, which will be cool for her. So she's very interested in, she's in kinesiology and would like to be a physiotherapist that focuses on dancers. So she's finding opportunities to work with dance. And she danced from the time she was 3 till she was 18, so competitively. Well, not when she was 3, but later on it was competitive. We'll go this way this time, I think. To avoid that nasty bit by the old Sastel building. This is much better. It's rougher, not smooth, but it's still frozen. ice. That's redundant, of course. There's no such thing as unfrozen ice. That's water. If it's unfrozen, it's not ice. Duh. Angus Street. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad along here. Just a couple of blocks, and this short walk home will be over as well. Nobody has said hello, so I don't think anybody's. If anybody's watching live, they don't feel the need to comment, which is fine. This is not a very exciting walk today, I admit. More exciting for me because of the ice and the cold. It'd be colder later in the month. There's some not as cold as it was during our really cold snaps, but still double digits cold, below zero, below freezing coming up again. Today's kind of getting us used to the idea before it warms up for a few days, and then it plunges. I'm going to go into the snow to avoid that patch of ice. I actually think I'll change sides to maybe avoid some of the worst of the wind on that corner. Whenever there's a tall building, or a taller building, you get nasty winds. I wrote a column about it at some point and even explained that, but I don't remember the exact reason for it. Looks like the bus is waiting for me, so I'll take advantage of that. Probably waiting for the guy that was turning left, but I took advantage of it too. Not the guy turning left, the guy crossing the street where the bus was about to turn left. I see the post office guy over there, postman. So any mail I got today should be waiting for me when I get home. And I'm almost there. Shadowpaw's probably awake and wondering where I am. He's pretty much a creature of habit. He disappears for a long snooze about 8 o'clock in the morning and usually appears around 2:30 in the afternoon. So quite likely he's down and wondering how come he's all alone. Being a cat, he sleeps more than he's awake, but apparently cats can sleep up to 20 hours a day. It's perfectly normal. Although I think their sleep is, sometimes it's as deep as ours, but sometimes it's obviously more, their eyes are closed, but they're still alert to what's going on around them. Of course, even we are somewhat alert. I mean, the smell of coffee will wake me up in the morning if I have the timer set on the coffee maker. Usually shows up in my dream and then I wake up. Sounds, of course, will incorporate into our dreams sometimes and then wake up. And yet there's times when you think, how did I sleep through that? I mean, my wife has told me of a time when She heard a fire engine going by outside and it didn't wake me up, so it depends on what stage of sleep you're in, I guess. I did a science column on that too. Once upon a time, I've written science columns about an awful lot of stuff. Kind of miss that. It used to be every week a science column. But eventually it didn't make sense because I wasn't being paid by newspapers anymore, and I just wasn't making any money at it. And I had a fairly good sized list of email subscribers, but I could tell by looking that only a handful of people were actually opening it. So it just didn't seem to be worth the effort anymore. When I was doing it for the radio, that's when it was worth the effort because I was getting paid. Not an enormous amount, but a substantial enough amount. $100 and some odd every week to write that column. And once that stopped, it just really wasn't worth it anymore. It's the freelance life. Gigs come and gigs go. All right, we'll stop here. So thanks for walking with me. Somebody just now said hello. Hi, Keith. Yeah, it's a bit slippery today, but I'm used to it. All right, thanks for walking with me. And I'll be back tomorrow in some fashion.